반짝이는 눈빛 눈이 부셔 매일 날 감싸주는 손길.
Jang Yunja and Jin Soo were waiting for Jinayang to wake up in the hospital and were upset about what had happened. Giving birth is a family celebration, but what is this situation? The mom is unconscious and the dad lost his memory. Poor baby, what should we do? The baby don't even have parents to hold her. Upset, Park Bok-sun started pouring out her thoughts, but Jang Yunja stopped her and said, "Why is our baby an orphan? Her mom and dad are alive. Our baby will live happily in her parents' arms." Yunja tried to comfort Park Bok-sun, who was upset, saying that the baby would not become an orphan. Because of a chance encounter while walking in the hospital, Han Yeon-sung accidentally found out that the baby had been born. Without anyone knowing, he went to the newborn baby room late at night and saw the sleeping face of the baby. Unable to hold the baby due to pretending to have lost his memory, he could only view his own situation with pessimism. Although he despised Jinayong, he wanted to see the baby. He expressed his affection for the baby by sticking to the window of the newborn baby room and making a loving gestures toward the baby. But when he suddenly felt someone's presence, he was so surprised that he had to quickly leave the spot. Han Yeon-sung considered going to Jinayong's hospital room to see her, but he didn't want to see Jinayong's face, which deceived him and his family. So he just returned to his own hospital room. At that moment, Jinayong regained consciousness, and when the family heard the news that Jinayong had woken up, they all rushed to her hospital room to share the news that the baby had been born. However, Jinayong, who valued maintaining her status as a rich daughter-in-law more than anything else, first asked if Yeon-sung was okay. Even though the baby was born, Jinayong, who was more concerned about her own future than her child, was a selfish person without maternal love. Seeing Jinayong like this, Jin Soo Ji shook her head and said, even though she became a mother, Jinayong hasn't changed much. Meanwhile, in a sweet atmosphere, Chae Sun-young and Kang Woo-chang went for a late night walk. Kang Woo-chang tried to propose romantically by giving a ring to Chae Sun-young, but an unexpected guest appeared. At first, Chae Sun-young and Kang Woo-chang didn't recognize the person, but when they looked closely, they were surprised to find that it was the employee Sun-ju who had abandoned her daughter Jo-ara. Shocked, Chae Sun-young quickly called Jo-ara as she had always told her that her mother would come back. Jo-ara burst into tears and hugged her mother. Due to the sudden reunion of mother and daughter, Kang Woo-chang's proposal was interrupted, but he couldn't help but feel disappointed as he watched Jo-ara happily meeting her mother. Meanwhile, Han Yeon-sung, who had come to see the baby, couldn't take his eyes off the baby's face. He realized that he couldn't lie in the hospital anymore and had to take on the role of being the baby's father when he was discharged in a few days. He couldn't stay in the hospital like this any longer. Therefore, Han Yeon-sung decided that he had to sort out this complicated situation and went to find Jinayong, who had regained consciousness, to convey his decision once again. He entered Jinayong's hospital room and said, "I heard that you regained consciousness, Jinayong. When I saw you recognizing me, I felt relieved. But if I develop feelings for the baby, it will even more painful for me when you live. So Jinayong, please live now without any lingering attachments or hopes." With that, Han Yeon-sung said what he had to say and stood up from his seat. Jinayong cried endlessly and started packing her bags, giving up everything. Without anyone knowing, she made up her mind to go somewhere alone. On the other hand, Han Yeon-sung went to the hospital director's office to see Han Jin-tae instead of going to his own hospital room. There, he confronted Han Jin-tae and said, "Father, I have regained all my memories, but I will pretend to have lost all memories of you to the rest of the family. Otherwise, if our family remembers your misdeeds, it will be difficult for us forever. So Father, please leave now without saying anything." Han Jin-tae understood everything Han Yeon-sung said and felt extremely grateful that he was still alive. The next day, when Kimari came to see Han Jin-tae in the hospital director's office, Han Jin-tae had already left, and the office was clean and empty. If you enjoyed today's video, please like and subscribe. Thank you all for watching.
'Cause you are beautiful, a beautiful stranger.